So grab your notepad, and the first step is to write down a thought that has been challenging you lately. So it could be a worry. It could be a worry about your work, your business. It could be a worry about your family, your own health at this time. It could be a worry about the world and the difficulties that we're seeing everywhere just now. So it could be that. If you're not so worry prone, so not everyone has a lot of worry, it might be more frustration. So it's a thought process that's annoying you, or it might be the internal critic, so that part of your brain that is criticizing you, and if that's excessive, or it might be the external critic, you're criticizing the world. So whatever the thought is, a difficult thought that is pulling you out of the present moment, just write it down right now. So it might be in the form of I am X, so a belief. It might be a worry, I'm scared of X, Y, or Z. It might be a reason giving, so I can't do something because of X, Y, and Z. It might be any type of thought. So just write it down now. And the first step is to get in contact with that thought like it comes up during the day. So actually read it through, marinate in that thought for a little while, sit with it. And this can be painful, so there might be difficult emotions that come up with this. Try and breathe and let them be there. And we're actually connecting with this thought first of all. When we've done that for a few moments, so other thoughts might come up, other difficulties, images, feelings, try and just notice that and stay with the thought. And then the second step is to write in front of that thought, I am having the thought X, and whatever the thought is. So I am having the thought that I'm going to lose my job, or I am having the thought that everyone in my family is going to get ill, or I'm having the thought that this is so annoying I can't go outside and do what I enjoy. So whatever that thought is, I am having the thought X. And as you write that down, just notice if there's any slight distance, any stepping back from that thought. And then the next step is to put another bit of language in front of it to go, I notice I'm having the thought X. So I notice I'm having the thought that my business is going to struggle, or I notice that I'm having the thought that my family are at risk. And again, not to say these thoughts aren't true, but it's how helpful they are in taking action is the key. So I notice I'm having the thought X. And then we do one final step. We go through that thought. I notice I'm having the thought X, and then really just engage in your environment. Notice what you see with curiosity. Try and spot some detail in your room you've never noticed before, some change, some specific detail that's around you. So one more time all together, I notice I'm having the thought X, and then look around and see what you can see and what you can hear. And so that final step, when you're doing it out in your life, it could be to engage back in the task you're doing. So to have task-focused attention. It could be to engage back in the relationship you're in, so the person you're talking to. And this is a tool to really use when our thoughts are getting so sticky and all-consuming. They're sort of right here, right in front of our eyes, and we can't see the rest of the world. To then do this technique, and we can do it written like this if we're on our own, or later in the day after we've been in that difficult thought, or you can do it in your mind as you're engaged in something. And as you get better at it, you can just do that last step. You can just say, I notice I'm having the thought, and whatever it is, and then engage back into what you're doing. And this is something to practice, not to get rid of the difficult thoughts, but to take them from this position to more like here, so that we can see the rest of the world, the present moment, and then eventually put them on our lap, carry them around, and they'll often disappear. So it's a lot like if you get a tune stuck in your head, if you fight it and go, oh, I really don't want the Venga bus to be playing in my mind all day, or whatever the song might be if you're of that era. those sort of annoying songs. But actually, if we accept and we go, okay, Venga Bus, you come on in, I welcome you, you can stay all day if you like, you'll find that song will fade away. So it's the same with these sorts of thoughts. The more acceptance, the more we let them be there and then put our attention on something else, the better. So give that a go, give that a practice. Again, it's not to say that we're not in difficulty and we don't have things to worry about, but we want to use any worry we have to drive action and problem solving, and then to put it down if we can't do anything about it, or it's excessive, it's going around our mind all day long. So give it a go and let me know how you get on. So